sorry, our video got interrupted, but we were just getting ready to talk about another board game that we're going to be filming in the very near future. This one is a deck building game. It's the game Dominion. It's been out for a long time. There are expansions to Dominion. This is kind of the main game. There's a game expansion called Dominion Intrigue, and there are lots of expansions for Dominion. And deck building games are kind of cool. Zach, explain how a deck building game works for those who've never played one.
All right, so basically you usually start out with a couple of cards, and as you're playing, you keep collecting cards. So you each get your own deck. That's why it's called a deck building game. You get to pick the cards that go into your deck, and then you shuffle them around and you get to use them in the actual game. So you get to basically customize your whole game.
Yeah, and so a lot of fun. One of my favorite types of games. There are lots of deck building games that are out there right now. There's a bunch we want to try. If you are from the Upper Deck Company and you have and you're in charge of the Marvel Legendary deck building game, we'd love to try that out on Sanctified Pop and do a review for you guys. But we're really excited about that as well. So great games and some stuff to look forward to. So if you want to be in our future episodes, either for Warehouse 51 or Dominion, feel free to, again, email us at sanctifiedpop@gmail.com or give us a call if you're local, or email us. We'd love to Facebook message us. We'd love to get you on the show. So, Zach, what other things are you excited about lately when it comes to pop culture, movies, comic books, games, stuff that's coming up? What you been doing?
I'm really excited about watching Lego Batman, made by the same people who made the Lego movie, so it should be similar style, but it's going based off of Batman. That's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, if you don't know, Zach works at a movie theater. That's kind of his part-time job. And so when do you get to see Lego Batman for the first time?
Probably a couple days after it comes out.
A couple days after? Very sweet. And I'm excited about that one too. Do you know when that's coming out? Any idea?
February 10th.
February 10th. So we can't wait for the Lego Batman movie. It's going to be really, really fun. What else are you excited about lately? We went to a store the other day in Woodbury, Minnesota. So for those of you who are local, we can't wait to introduce you guys to a store we went to. Tell them about the store, Zach.
It's called the Gaming Goat. Basically, it's a lot of the board games and stuff that we like to play, and they have a special deal where all of their games are 30% off, just so that they can stay ahead. And it just opened in Woodbury.
Yeah, and I think that store is really cool because a lot of people will go to like an Amazon or somewhere like that to save money off of what most gaming stores do. And the Gaming Goat in Woodbury is trying to keep gaming local, and so it's kind of fun. The Gaming Goat is located on Radio Drive, 783 Radio Drive in Woodbury, and we're hoping to do a live shoot from there someday. If not a live shoot, definitely a produced show. We've talked to the owner of the store, and he's excited about having us come in, and we can't wait. So we're looking forward to the Gaming Goat and doing a show there. So we've had a few new things beside the Lego Batman poster behind me, which is different than what we've had. What else is new in the collection here since we last broadcast?
So this right here is a part of a cardboard standee that was in the movie theater for Star Wars Rogue One. So it has K2SO and who's the other guy?
The blind guy.
Blind guy right here.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Hard to say. So, but yeah, one of your favorite characters from the movie. Not a Jedi. Very cool guy. And yeah, so we're pumped about having that. We've been watching some fun superhero TV shows. Stuff starting to come back this week. So if you're a CW fan and a fan of those shows like Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl, those are kind of returning back this week and next week to the air, and they kind of left us with some cliffhangers. You actually haven't seen the very last episode of The Flash.
I haven't.
From December, so you're one behind me. Those of you who are Flash fans, I love The Flash. It's one of my favorite TV shows. Obviously, my favorite superhero is The Flash. I've got Flash comic books in my office. I know I should grow up, but that's who I am. So you just have to deal with it. So anyway, The Flash is Yeah, I had a great kind of cliffhanger and came back this week. But right before they kind of went off and before that cliffhanger episode, there was a Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl crossover event, and it was kind of called Invasion. If you haven't seen it, you can go to cwtv.com and you can go back and watch those shows for free. And I love that kind of crossover episode deal. They've been doing it about once a year ever since the Flash joined the Arrow, and then last year they joined with Legends of Tomorrow, and then Supergirl joined the CW shows this year. They were CBS last year, and she even had a crossover with the Flash last year. But what did you think of the episodes?
I thought they were really interesting. Basically, as it says in the title, it was an alien invasion. It was, I'm not going to give any spoilers away. It was really, really interesting. I liked how all the characters kind of were a dynamic group who just kept growing and evolving. They didn't always like each other during these couple of episodes. It was really interesting.
Mm-hmm. This isn't a spoiler, so the Flash at the end of last season kind of changed the timeline, and so this is the Flashpoint kind of season of the Flash, and everything's a little bit different this year. And what I thought was cool is that impacted every show too. So it wasn't just the Flash that's been impacted all year long. It's the other shows as well that get impacted by him changing the timeline.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did you ever think about what time travel would do if that was like something you could really do? Like if you could change one thing in history, or maybe here's a better question: if you could witness one event in history, what would you want to see?
Ooh.
I didn't prepare you for that.
No, that's
Or is there like an era of history that you think it would be fascinating to live in?
If I didn't have to interact with it, I think it'd be the medieval Renaissance type. You just get to see all the battles between kingdoms, stuff like that.
So if you're watching on Facebook Live, we're asking you that question too. So go ahead and type what your answer might be. If you could experience any either event in history or live in any era of history that's not one that you're living in.
Yep. You don't have to interact with it if you don't want to. You don't have to be part of World War I if you say World War I. You don't have to be fighting in the war, stuff like that.
Yeah. Just kind of curious what you'd like to do. Okay, so if you could travel back in time or travel into the future, what would you rather do?
Travel into the future.
Why?
Because I'd like to see what happens.
Yeah, I can get that. It'd be interesting to see. Sometimes I feel like you kind of miss out on some of the surprises though of what's coming up there. Yeah, but yeah, that's super fun too. Well, what else do we have? Comic book life lately. You know, in our first 2 episodes of Facebook Live Sanctified Pop, we opened up some stacks of comic books. People interacted with what it was that we were looking at. I have one favorite that we opened up to this day in that pack. It's right behind you. It's this one here. It's Infinity Incorporated, and they killed the Flash. So it's a kind of a fun episode. I love the Flash. I don't want him dead, but anyway, kind of a fun deal. Any new stuff for you in comic book land?
Not really. Just waiting for like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is gonna bring out a couple more Guardians comics. I think some new series probably. Jason Nygren commented, "I would want to be in America during the post-Revolutionary War period." I think that's a really cool answer.
I think it's a great answer. That was a fascinating time in history. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that kind of season of comic book stuff after the next Guardians movie comes out. Really looking forward to that movie. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who don't know, every year there's a free comic book day. And so if you're not a comic book collector, you can go to a kind of a local comic book store, and they are all over the Twin Cities here. Twin Cities is one of the biggest comic book regions in the country, we have found out since living here. And the free comic book day this year is May 6th. And so you go, and they've got all sorts of free comics, and they're oftentimes like the first issue of a series that they're starting out that you can get for free. But if that's something you've never done, or you're kind of wanting to get into comics or understand the backstory,
that's a great way.
You can, it's great to do it there. Or you can go on Amazon.com and you can download the Kindle versions of many of the past year's free comic book editions. We just found that out this year, so I've got on my iPad here just all sorts of free comics that I downloaded for free. And on Amazon, if you want to find those, you just put in FCB Day, Free Comic Book Day, or FCBD, Free Comic Book Day, and that shows up, and there's dozens that you can download for free, and then it downloads right to the Kindle app and whatever device you read that on. So it's a free way to read comics. And again, in anything, there are some really good comics out there, and then there's garbage out there too. And there's garbage for what you put in your mind, and stuff that isn't really going to impact anybody in a positive way, I don't think. And so be a discerning reader, but there's some great stuff that's out there too. And even some, even for little kids, you can get Walt Disney stuff and Donald Duck and for free. So. And
I think the first live stream that we started that got interrupted cut off our whole announcement about our first produced episode of Sanctified Pop. It's going to be on YouTube right as soon as we're done with this live stream. We're going to put it up there. It'll be up in a couple minutes. It's about the game Coup. It's right up here. Basically, it's a strategy game where you want to be the last person standing. We'll go over all the rules and everything in the video. We'll play a couple rounds as well. We'll have to see who wins.
That's right. It's best 2 out of 3, and we have 3 players, and our special guest star is Cindy Schulenberg, and we're excited about that. If you ever saw that show, Home Improvement, the neighbor on Home Improvement never shows their face, and on that episode, Cindy Schulenberg does not show her face, so she's kind of thinking that might be her kind of go-to deal on there. So we're looking forward to that. In fact, the video monitor right here is the start of our produced video. Again, we can't wait to show it to you. We're pumped because we have some great music for that video too. We were able to work out a deal with a musician in England whose name is Scott Holmes, and he's put together some great music for podcasts and for television and radio kind of bumper music, and he sold us the rights to the song Follow Your Dreams for us to use in our podcast, and so you'll get to hear that, and we'd love your feedback on kind of the bumper music on the show as well. So I've got lots of people talking. What are we talking about, Zach?
So Young, remember Young?
Yeah.
Yep.
Young Ma, good to see you.
He is in Texas right now watching the show.
Oh, awesome. Young, thanks for all that you're doing, man. I know that you're serving in our military and doing some great things, and appreciate you. Hope that this is fun for you down in Texas. So when you're back in the Twin Cities, we need to have you come visit us again too. We've missed you. I was just talking to somebody the other day, Young, about you and that great Korean Korean grocery store that we went to in kind of near Snelling, and so gotta come up. And we'll hit the grocery store and
absolutely
have some great Korean food together.
Just the grocery store. No, you can stay over at our house.
That's right. Anytime. So, all right. Got anything else, Zach?
Not much. Just remember to check out our YouTube channel, Sanctified. It'll be pretty easy to find out. We got a couple videos on there, and subscribe and make sure to press that bell for notifications. We are creating a Sanctified Pop Facebook page too, and so we'll have a link to the YouTube video that'll be on our Facebook page, and we'll have a link on my page and Zach's page to the YouTube video as well, so people can check it out. And within 5 minutes after this broadcast is over, you'll be able to watch Season 1, Episode 1, Sanctified Pop Game Night. Yep. So it's going to be fun, and can't wait for you guys to see who won. Any other comments there, Zach? It looks like a few more people are writing in. So I think you're still Young, serving in Fort Hood, Texas. Way to go, Young. Thank you for that. Thanks for your service. Just more stuff. I think my wife Cindy spent some time in Fort Hood, Texas. Yeah, her dad served there, so very fun. And hey, Lawn Siding Farm, Copendreyers, good to see you too. So very fun, very fun. Well, I think we're gonna go. Yep, we're gonna go. And you're gonna be able to watch this video really soon. So have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later.